Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Geneforge, where we are exploring this Servile Warren. This appears to be a facility where young Serviles weren't created, I guess, but were brought to be educated, to be conditioned for their whatever job they were destined to be serving all their life, and also to be disciplined if they happen to misbehave. So yeah, not exactly a very pleasant place to be. We also don't really have a reason to be here other than curiosity. Although I wonder, since apparently Kazk has been sending people into here to deal with Control 3, if we had sided with them, they would have given us a quest to, well, deal with this place. That would make sense to me. Anyway, we don't need any such quest to, explore an interesting place, or really any place that exists. I guess I'll head down this corridor. Oh, hold on. Has that one seen us yet? I don't know. Maybe? Oh, I guess it hadn't. Which means that we can probably take it out before it can do anything. Yeah, you're stuck now, aren't you? Unless you can shoot from there, which you can. These things? Oh, okay. Yeah, that one was one of those with resistances, so that one took a little bit more effort to take out. Okay, nothing in that room. I guess these look like some sort of living quarters. Well, kind of basic, I guess, but that is to be expected. Oh, wrong button. As usual, when I start a new session, apparently my fingers don't remember how to do basic things. I mean, they're just fingers. I can't really blame them. And yeah, apparently, kind of ironically, I guess. Oh, I think that was the roamers that are patrolling here. That I think Greeter told us that Control 3 lost control over the things that were supposed to be guarding this place. Yeah, those roamers have built their nests in these living quarters, which is appropriate. Dagger, healing potion. Game is a bit loud on my end, so it should be better. Some money, okay, just the usual random collection of junk and various items. Oh, I wonder if that one has seen us. Maybe not? No, I guess not. It's the dining hall. Didn't even move, but that should still be fine. Okay, and this one does not seem to have any resistances, so we can watch two-shot. Drawn sword. Another body. So someone made it here, clad only in a simple robe. Have we finally dealt with all the roamers patrolling these halls? Well, there's one seemingly just sitting there. This was a Servile hospital. Oh, 6 Serviles and valuable creations were carefully cared for by the Shapers, both for humane reasons and because creations can be hard to replace. Well, probably just to repair them because they're valuable. Pregnant Servile females probably also gave birth here. Alright. This journal was a record of all the Serviles who were brought here for medical assistance. Most of the entries describe simple diseases and pregnancies, although there are a few accidental injuries scattered here and there. The last few pages have been torn out. Interesting. What would that signify? Why would they be torn out? The last few pages? Like, the last few cases that were treated here before everything collapsed? Also, these guys randomly noticed us? Yep, sure enough, and they can jump. Not sure if we've seen that before from these particular ones. You step back. And miss, which is not great. Okay, this one has resistances too. This one does not. Maybe we should focus on killing this one, because we can. Because we can probably, most likely, take it out with our remaining turns, I mean. Well, this one here is definitely going to survive, so we're going to kill you. And we were missed. Alright, no big deal. Got a bit lucky there. daggers. They don't really seem like tools suited for operating. Oh, okay. Not sure where they put the lever there to open that door. And there's another lever inside as well. Let's see what we have here. Nothing. And that these things that look like chests are... I don't think if we've ever seen one of those that was actually clickable, but I think it should be every single time. It fools me every single time. Shaper records, okay. Just the same basic stuff. Another one on the table, it looks like. And this one opens the next door? Yep, sure enough. Something nasty inside? No, just some sort of storage room. And yeah, these things as well. I guess they just stick out because they, well, I mean, obviously these things look like containers, right? So would make sense for them to be interactable. But again, I don't think we've ever seen a clickable version of these. Anyway, essence pod, curing spores, more good potions, and normal potions, healing spores, wonderful, and fancy bolts as well. Okay. I mean, a decent haul, I guess. Nothing unique, though. But I will take it. I mean, it was also not very well guarded or otherwise difficult to get, so I guess can't be too upset that it's not anything very special. A body that was completely naked, unequipped. Kitchen. Have a knife. Yep. Random junk, and nothing in the storage room. Alright, I guess I would have rotted away a long time ago anyway. He's probably gonna attack, right? Oh, no, yes, actually. First it looked like he was just gonna continue his path, but unfortunately he had other plans. Some damage, but I think we should all be able to survive another attack before I need to heal. But I guess we might have more of those patrolling this back part of this facility. Spray crystals might be useful, although I find myself not really using them much. Okay, so this one did approach us and could have definitely attacked. Like, could have used his Nova attack here. But decided not to, or I guess rather the AI noticed our presence too late. Good for us. Another one that seems to be just guarding this place, or two, it looks like from the map. These large chambers were used as recreation halls for young serviles. Serviles can be playful creatures, enjoying games, sports, and swimming. Shapers always give serviles leisure time. Not doing so can make them upset. An upset creation in time becomes a rogue creation. I mean, it's good that they understood that much at least. Of course. Oh. And of course, it didn't kill one of my to be replaced temporary roamers. Oh well. So much for being able to take one more hit. Also, I forgot that I had equipped javelins. Oh well. Let's see here. No resistances and resistances, unfortunately. So, again, let's take out this one. Or might we be able to finish them both off? That's still 61 health. Finish them both off with an AoE spell, I meant. I mean, maybe, actually. Hold on, I have an idea. Oh, I forgot that I'm an idiot, and that there's only 3 roamers now. Okay, well, it's fine. I guess no one's gonna see the grand strategy I had envisioned. At least no one died. After the initial loss, that is. We have more nests, speed pod, and Shaper records. I mean, there would be plenty of Shaper records here for me to get if I were interested in them at all. So there's that. Interesting that I think while I was mousing over, it said, it displayed the X, as in can't get there in time. But then I just reflexively clicked and it still worked. I don't know. Maybe I saw that wrong. Major Healing Spores, Fine Robe. That one looks fancy. It looks exactly like what I'm wearing, actually, but it's not particularly good. That's a shame. Maybe we'll find a magical version eventually. I'd like something that, you know, where the icon looks a bit more appropriate than this thing. For now, the mental magic is obviously helping us quite a bit. More than some resistances. 6 steel javelins, actually. Sure, I guess. We do have the carrying capacity to take them, so why not? And they are... I guess they... the major advantage is really that they're physical damage in case something has high resistances. But the damage is also good, independent of the element. You must be close to a shaping hall. This is an antechamber where shapers leave their dirty robes, boots, books, and supplies. It is customary to do shaping with as few stray items around as possible, since magical energy can affect the process in strange ways. Oh. Well, I guess I haven't really been worrying about the magical items that I'm carrying around affecting anything. Maybe it's not a big issue if you're just, you know, creating a handful of creations. Tranquil Baton, right. Can't use that, won't ever be able to use it, so... There's that. This is not going to open, huh? Okay. We'll have to find some sort of switch or something. This is a large abandoned shaping hall. Here, skilled shapers could form using nothing but care. Using nothing but care and essence, new roamers, vlish, and other creations. Because of the major skill and effort it takes to make them, servals and orcs are usually bred, not shaped. Orcs as well, huh? Like, kind of like pigs are physiologically very similar to humans. Is that the idea? For example, this chamber was probably used to produce Thals, Artilas, and other martial sterile creatures. The chamber has several round, smooth stone platforms. Shapers use such surfaces to make creations. No particular reason, just keeps things more organized. And it's easy to wash failed efforts off of them. Which I guess are a couple of reasons. Spectral Vlish? What? You're level 9, only 80 HP though. Well, a couple of resistances, but that should be pretty easy to take out. Is there going to be more than one of them? It does not look like it. Is that the boss of this area? That seems a bit too easy, doesn't it? Well, we get 3 free attacks here, which might not be enough to take it out. But they were. Okay, well. What have we here? A living tool. And a slowing shift? Just that was dropped by the Vlish. Didn't even see that. But I guess that's where it did die, so. I mean, damage is less than the sword we're using, which doesn't matter. It does have a slowing effect, which is nice, but also it doesn't matter because we're not gonna stab anything. But it is a special weapon. In fact, it is the first magical melee weapon that we found, isn't it? Like magical as in having any sort of special effect. And, I mean, if I'm not going to use either, I guess I'd rather have a magical artifact. Also, a dagger is more appropriate to the spellcastery archetype, I guess. So, yeah, I'm going to be taking that. It is worth a little bit. I guess if it was worth a lot more money, then I'd probably just go ahead and sell it. Because... Oh, hi there. You're sparkling. Yep, sure enough. Okay, yeah, if it were a lot more valuable, I'd probably just sell it because, you know, realistically, I'm never going to use it as a weapon. Also, I never checked out these rooms here. Should I go back? Maybe I should. We're going to have to walk out anyway, right? Let's see. Oh, turrets. Level 6, not a lot of health. Let's risk it, I guess. Oh, I keep forgetting that because I haven't been using javelins for such a long time now. Okay, good. We might be lucky here and take these both out without retaliation. Okay, good. That was lucky. Did not expect any defenses here. Let's go talk to this thing, I suppose. We see some energy spires here. You need a servant mind. It is still alive, but extremely weak. Right, we did hear about that. Worse, it is surrounded by a thin shield of magical energy. Though the field was obviously placed here to protect it, it is preventing you from touching it or speaking with it. Really? Blocking even sound waves. That's impressive. You can see it and it can see you, but that is the extent of your interaction. I guess I'll try to bring down the shield, but I do see these generators here, so I have an idea. You attempt to break the shield, but it's just too powerful. It's being powered from elsewhere. Okay, let's see what we have here. Some tools, and probably no food, nope. I suppose even if there were food, though, we wouldn't be able to feed it because it's completely shielded, even from beneficial effects. Which is interesting. There is an energy spiral in this alcove. Part stone, part organic material, partly charged solution. These devices can generate magical energy for many years without upkeep. They're a remarkable invention. If you wanted to deactivate one, it is possible. However, when they get old, they can be unstable. If your skill is insufficient, the result may be an explosion. Huh. Interesting that we get this kind of description now when we've encountered these before. In fact, blown up one of these very early in the game. Okay, that worked. I mean, I'm assuming... Oh, also, hi there, random canister. What was I going to say? So yeah, maybe I should look around a bit more before I deactivate energy. I mean, so far, I haven't screwed myself by powering down some place before having done everything. There just don't generally seem to be many random things that actually do require power to be around. It's usually... they have an effect on something very specific, and usually, since it's not reversible once you deactivate them, it tends to be something that's, you know, entirely desirable. Okay, I mean, there's only one tool. The control might be able to open that for us otherwise, but, you know. Oh, this one, I think we might have to talk to it. The chains around the lever are locked. You don't have the key, or we'll have to find a key. And there's another canister. Well, let's see what this is. Endurance. Oh. Health is important, I agree. However, of course, unlike spells, attributes are things that we can manually increase. And I have not actually put any points into endurance. And doing so is pretty cheap. I suspect that increasing endurance, or that using the canister to increase endurance, will just be exactly the same as if I put the points in myself. So the next level will be more expensive, right? So the smart thing would be to save this one until I've at least spent some points, spent the you know, some points on the early levels that are cheap to actually buy, in order to, you know, make this a bit more skill point efficient. I might be wrong, and maybe these are counted separately, but I kind of doubt that's the case. I mean, if the game was nice, it would, you know, add the bonus points that I gain for free and still allow me to increase them for the same price as before. But yeah, I'm expecting that it's not the case. So I think I want to wait until I level up, and then put at least 1 point into endurance, possibly 2. There's not anything I desperately need to increase to unlock anything, as far as I'm aware. So I guess I could take this time to put some points into endurance. Maybe 2 points. Should be okay. I mean, I haven't manually increased my health at all, which, you know, does make me pretty squishy, but not so bad that everything one-shots me. But still, having more health, more of a buffer there, would definitely be useful, and will definitely be more useful the closer we get to the end of the game, right? So at some point I want to increase my endurance. And, well, now we have an actual motivation since we did find this thing. I guess technically this door might stop working after we break everything, which would suck. I mean, for now it's working. Deactivate this. I don't know how we would know that it stops working, though. I don't think that's the case, though. There's also this still locked contraption. I guess it's not a matter of power or not, just a matter of having the key. Anyway, I'm gonna trust the game not to screw me in this way, because that just doesn't make any sense to me. And yeah, we haven't seen any doors that just stopped opening after shutting down power. Anyway, Hello, Control 3. You meet a servant mind. It's still alive, but extremely weak. It gasps, Shaper, at last, I'm Control 3. I require nutrients, please. Actually, I did not check how many we have. I have some, apparently I do. But I think I'd better conserve it for now. That's pretty cruel. Here's some nutrients. Your services are no longer needed. Deactivate yourself. I guess that's what I would do if I had been sent here. Oh, I cannot escape out of this. Well, option 3 is the one that I would have to say if I had been sent here to deal with it. If that is indeed a quest you get from the takers. Because otherwise I have no personal reason to deactivate it. Of course it is like the one I shut down earlier. It doesn't really serve any purpose anymore. So just prolonging its pointless existence again is it really the nice thing to do? Or isn't it ultimately more merciful to just, allow it to die? Well, not peacefully, as we've seen last time. That one was a bit of a struggle. Anyway, we have the nutrient fluid, and it looks like we won't be able to talk to it at all unless we decide to spend one. I'm not really sure I'm gonna get any real benefit out of it, and I don't really see it as a mercy necessarily, just allowing it to sit here for another 100 years or longer, doing absolutely nothing. But I guess they don't really have much of a problem with boredom, so to it might still be a blessing. So, sure. I mean, I have those nutrient fluids, and I'm ultimately, until I use them, I will never know if it was worth it. So I'll just do it. And that might be enough to feed every single control I find anyway. Who knows? You, Shaper, you are wise. Thank you. You carefully scoop the nutrient goo into the creature's mouth. Soon it regains its strength. Thank you, Shaper. I am restored. Give me some time to restore my mental thoughts. What other kinds are there? And I will be able to help you. What is your purpose here? I am the master of the Servals of Kazg. Alas, they have gone completely rogue. I'm sorry, Shaper. I lost control of all of them. Okay, so you were literally controlling Kazg from here? Isn't this pretty far away? I also control this complex, though I know little about it anymore. The years and the rogues have damaged it. For this, too, I am sorry. Well, I mean, I've dealt with the rogues, so... what can you control in this complex? I guess there was this one door down here that had no obvious mechanism. And this one does require a key, though. It starts to speak, then it stops. I have lost my capabilities. I am sorry. You suspect it as lying. Why would I suspect that? Everything indicated that was the case, though. You give it a long stare full of Shaper authority. It shudders. Sorry, I forgot. There is still one door I can control. It closes its eyes for a moment. It was locked. Now it is not. Why would it lie to me about that and then in the same paragraph reconsider and open the door anyway? That was weird. So has this one also started to go slightly rogue? Huh. Weird. I have another question. What is this place? This was where new servals were bred and trained. Oh, so bred as well. Okay. They were made to serve the many tasks needed on Susha Island. It was difficult. Many of the tasks were complicated. Right. Were servals ever shaped here? There were attempts to shape new serval variants with new specialized capabilities. I was not allowed to know how that went. Interesting. Oh, maybe those were those few cases that were erased from the clinic documents, the clinic log. But that would have been toward the very end of Susha's use as an experimental island, I guess. Very, very difficult. What sort of tasks did you teach? I taught servals how to maintain, repair, care for records, all of the typical serval tasks. I also taught them how to do jobs specific to research on the Geneforge. Okay, another casual Geneforge drop. What is the Geneforge? I do not know. When the Shapers left, they told me to forget all specifics regarding the Geneforge. I only know that it was powerful and dangerous and difficult to control, and I think it still exists. Yeah, well, okay. Why was this island barred? I was ordered to forget everything about that. Figures. Can you control the creations here? Not that there are any left. But I could. I made them using mechanisms left by the Shapers for me. Yet I have been weak for so long that they have grown completely rogue. Now that I am restored, I will use my energy to make deadly creations to battle rogues everywhere, of all varieties. Yeah, could you not do that? Huh. My only option is now to deactivate it, which is kind of a waste. I mean, it did open this one door for me. There might be something good inside, but, you know, in terms of gameplay rewards, this was probably mostly a waste of a unit of nutrient paste. Done with you for now. I guess I am done with it for now. Thank you, Shaper. I will return to my purpose. I will pacify the rogues. The rogues will... with all the strength I can. It should be. Okay. I mean, I did get 100 XP, so I guess it wasn't completely wasted in that regard. It did get something out of it. Special item. Oh, mind nutrients. We still have one, so we had two. That's good then, that I'm not completely out. I mean, ultimately, if he just uses his regained powers to harass the takers a little bit and maybe prevent them from doing anything to anyone else, to any of the factions I care about, that's ultimately maybe a good thing. I'd still prefer it shut down, honestly. Just, you know, so it doesn't cause any problems. Also, I almost forgot about this canister, but don't worry. Essence shield. Yeah, sure. No reason not to take that right now. Of course, I did not pay attention to how much it increased, but it did, I'm sure. Anyway, let's take a look at this door down here and see if this was maybe all worth it. I mean, what could be there? I guess some sort of artifact, perhaps, but why would it... Again, why did it first... Oh, okay, the canister, of course. And a body, interesting. Anything incriminating on the body? No. A fine cloak and some crystals. A lot of crystals, actually. But... Huh. Not really sure if this tells me anything. If there's any story to piece together here. I mean, why would it lie to me at first about being able to control this room? I mean, maybe it didn't, but why would I get the idea that it did? Also, Mass Energize? Powerfully blesses all nearby allies. Blessing, shielding, and hasting them. Is that a spell that we have? Because I certainly don't remember that. Oh yeah, sure is. Huh. Mass Restore? Right, okay. Yeah, I guess I never really took the time to look at all these spells in detail, as short as the list really is. I did check a few times the levels of spells that I knew about, but I never noticed that this even existed. That's interesting. Right, we're gonna get Mass Restore eventually, Dominate, Mind Control, and Air Shock, which we have in item form. Huh, okay, I mean, it's a new spell, so obviously I'm gonna get it. Mass Energize. Yeah, as expected, Blessing Magic needs to be higher. So that's something I want to increase in the longer term, mid-term perhaps. We'll see. Yeah, I mean, Bless, Shield, and Haste for 4 turns, so that's really good. And for the entire party, of course, but yeah, that's the same for the individual spells as well. Costs 5 Essence and 18 Energy. I mean, Energy hardly matters. 5 Essence is pretty pricey, but then Speed alone costs 3, right? And the others 2? Yeah. So, and it's a single turn, obviously. So, yeah, I guess that makes these 3 individual spells almost superfluous. But because in those fights where I feel like I need the buffs, I'll probably want to just cast this once, rather than just one of these individually, perhaps. Because fights where a single one of these buffs is enough, I can probably win without any buffs at all, right? And the really tough ones, I'm gonna gladly spend those 5 points of essence. So yeah. Anyway, I guess I can put it on the bar, even though I can't cast it yet. Right. One more point. Who knows? Maybe the next level we'll have enough points to increase blessing. It's only at 2, so it shouldn't be that expensive. Maybe like 4 points. And then we'll see how expensive endurance is. I think the first level only costs 2. And yeah, so we might have enough to increase endurance twice and then blessing magic once. That might not be terrible. But, well, we're not going to be leveling up for a little while. Anyway, I guess that was ultimately nice. A new spell that will probably come in handy. Then we have the endurance here. I should definitely take a note about that. The thing is... Oh. You know what? Before I come to any possibly premature conclusions, I am going to check this row of rooms here. I don't think we even checked this first one. To see if we can find a key. Then I'm going to talk to... Oh, we did check this one. Then I'm going to talk to our friend again. Okay, that's right here. But I don't expect any new dialogue options. Unless we can ask about the body in this sealed room. And then there's also the greeter, I guess, who might be interested in hearing that his controller has been reawakened. Venom Baton and a silver ring. Well, wait, hold on a second. Is the silver ring special? No. Once again, I saw this huge tooltip window and didn't parse it in time. That's fine. Yeah, okay, so double checking, and it looks like the only place we haven't accessed is this locked room. So let's return, or maybe walk all the way back to the entrance, talk to Greeter 9, and run into a random patrol of roamers. Okay. You know what? Why do we not... Oh, I did not expect them. Did not expect them to be aware of our presence. And that was a miss. That's most unfortunate. Yeah. Daze them. Now we should be able to deal with them. Probably. Maybe. Although... okay, you know what? We're gonna be out of here and to some sort of town anyway. Very shortly. We obviously don't want to use our free action there to wake it up again. Bit of a waste. Okay, now we walk back to the entrance, actually. Maybe around that way? Yeah. Go talk to the greeter, just to see what he has to say. I mean, he seemed very simple-minded and just, you know, very young and inexperienced. I have Flight Control 3. It will function better now. Well, I guess. The greeter isn't smart enough to properly process that information. It merely says, "You Shaper, you do good." What will happen now? Don't know. I'll go see Servant Mine soon. Get new orders. Just waiting for mine to get roamers under control. Now I wait. Thank you, Shaper. Yeah, I mean, the roamers should not be a problem anymore unless more have spawned, or maybe I just missed them the first time around. I guess it's possible. I mean, again, if there was a quest, if there would have been a quest from the Takers, and it seems pretty likely that there is, there might have been more of a backstory to this place and more to actually do. I guess it's possible that we'll just never gain access to this room without the proper quest. Maybe someone in town would have given us the key and specifically sent us to get something from this room or something, because, well, otherwise I'm quite sure that I've checked absolutely everything, and normally you get keys from interacting with something, right? They're not just lying around on the floor. Like, that's never the case. I guess I'll just ask everything again, just in case. What's your purpose? Master of the Servals of Kazg. Yes. What can you control? I have lost my capabilities. I'm sorry. I speak truth. This time I believe it. For some reason. What is this place? What are they shaped here? What sort of tasks? Geneforge, Bard. We don't even get the option to try and use our Shaper authority to force it to remember. unlike in some previous case. Can you control the creations? I could tell it to deactivate itself. But, I mean, that's... I don't know. I guess I don't really have a reason to do so. It shouldn't pose any kind of threat to anybody. Maybe, well, I mean, maybe with the exception of the takers, and, you know, honestly, screw them. I did take out all the defenses for now, so if they really want to... Oh, these are definitely new. Also, did not need to open my inventory there. Okay. 2 of the resistant types, of course. And they also saw us right away, or this one did. Huh? Oh. Almost threw a javelin again as well. But I did remember to actually click on the fireball. Not click, well, hit the hotkey. Same thing. We'll see how this works out. 4. Oh. 4. Okay, that's actually good damage. Guess I've gotten an upgrade or two to the spell since I last used it. Right, anyway. So yeah, I did take out all the defenses basically, at least for the time being. So if Cask really wants to take out the Servant Mind, I guess they can send more people in here and deal with it themselves. The place has been officially cleared. Now, the thing is, I think last time I was talking about heading toward the dock here because I was just interested to check that out. But there are these waste areas, and I have been... it has been brought to my attention, again, which I technically knew, that, you know, I might be interested in tackling areas that are appropriate to my level, or at least not waiting until they are below my level, because that will drastically reduce the experience I get. And that is maybe something to consider, because there's maybe not technically a limit to the experience you can get during a playthrough, but effectively it is quite limited. In fact, it might be impossible to gain any experience after a certain point. And while I'm not really trying to, and I don't feel like I need to completely maximize the experience that I get, you know, it would also be silly to just forgo any experience for no real reason. I mean, the Servile Warren, for example, gave me very little, gave me less than it could have, but it's mostly the combat experience, right? That's going to be reduced for creatures below my level. Anyway, I think that the creatures I saw in the Dry Waste and Junkyard area, at least, possibly also the Arazad, I don't really remember. I guess I can easily enough double check. They should be about my level. Okay, turrets are never a good indicator. Hey guys, I definitely didn't see you before. Holy moly. And I was stunned, and we're somehow okay. Okay, these stealth Shalai. Interesting. These are level 12. We're level 12. We're gonna run away. I'm gonna quickly dip into Pentel, I guess, because why not? I suppose I do have this Terror Wand and maybe also the Rough Crystals to drop into my storage for the time being, until I know what to do with them. PB, you know what? You know what? You're gonna be renamed Blackjack. And I'm gonna replace the missing creature with, I guess, a new Artila. Yes, which has also recently been leveled up. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna give you absolutely every possible level, plus innate haste, because why not? Wow, that's up to 36? Has it always been that expensive? I guess? Did I not give it all of these things before? Maybe I didn't give it dexterity though. I don't know. It seems more expensive than I would have felt comfortable making it before. But I feel like I also did give it acid spray last time. Brings it up to 40. I mean, that's honestly still okay. It does tell me how much I have left, right? Yeah. Honestly, that's fine. I am left with 26 now. Yeah, that's okay. Maybe the fully upgraded roamer is actually more expensive than the Vlish I used before in slot 4. I'm not sure now. See, that's exactly why I need to, why I would really like the option to save party configurations to resummon without having to refigure out my party configuration every single time. I also don't need to really worry that much about it, but you know, can't really help it. Anyway, it's fine. It's not a big deal. Yeah, we're quickly gonna do this. Oh wait, wow! I did not realize that we were 41 minutes in. That is kind of crazy. I guess I'll still take the time to at least check all the areas available right now and see if any of them are in any danger of becoming low level. I mean, these are level 12. These are exactly my level, so maybe I should check out Dyarazad. I think these were level 13 or 14 clawbugs. Let's not accidentally get into combat if we can avoid it. These are level 9. What the heck? I swear. I thought they were level 13 or something. That is weird. Okay, well, in that case, they're already going to be worth relatively little experience. Huh. I guess I just haven't checked here in a long time. Was this higher level? Is that how I got confused? Well, the ones in the underground section were level 13. Those might have been the ones that I've been thinking of. Hello? Huh. Didn't I see any creatures here? I must have. Oh. You're level 10. Okay, okay. Well, in that case, I was just misremembering, and this level, this area is just way less high level than I thought, or both of these areas are. I mean, these are still worth 10 experience apiece, despite being 2 levels below me, so that's actually not too bad. I forgot about the javelin again. It's okay. Yep, that's another 10 XP. I mean, that's gonna add up quite nicely. In fact, yeah, that wasn't I like around here experience-wise? Last time I checked earlier this episode. Anyway, okay, so we definitely want to check out these areas actually. What about free plays, which we okay. I was just confused because wait, weren't there more than more red dots? Yeah, this one has now turned green because technically we've seen connections from both sides here. I mean, we've definitely not seen the other exit, either of the exits connecting these two, but that's fine. I can definitely remember that we have not actually cleared out the junkyard. It's just one of those cases. I think we might have taken a very brief look in here before. Free place. I guess just a former settlement. It looks like the ruins of some sort of town. Alpha clearing. Oh. Like, oh, H. Level 12. Okay. That's certainly... Well, that's... it seems like a named guy, so he might not be representative of the majority of things we encounter here. But these are mines and not enemies. You know what? This seems like it's maybe more like my level, so I'll keep free place for later. Patrol bridge. Yeah, we are probably also going to get these greeting messages for those areas that have them now, where we haven't seen them before. Which is always a bummer that they don't, you know, once they're gone, and it would feel more appropriate to see them when I'm actually ready to spend some time in the area and not just quickly looking around, but, well, it's what it is. As you stare out over a wide, quiet plain of scrubland, a broad, slow-moving river flows through it. It's spanned by an old stone bridge. At first you think you have found an oasis of peace in the midst of all the danger. Then you see the small figures moving around the bridge. There is a powerful band of armed humans guarding it. Then one of them walks away from the bridge, clearly on patrol for intruders. Okay, is he gonna come into my field of vision? Yep, sure enough. And it's a Sholai Mage level 12. Which we should be able to deal with, and it's also right at our current level. So that's good to know. Yep, and another message here. There's something wrong here by the guarded bridge. The life in the region is unmistakably ill. The trees are still green, but their needles are dotted with brown spots. The grass crunches slightly under your feet. The faint smell of rot is in the air. We do see some actually dead trees as well. The source of the rot isn't immediately clear. Byproducts of Shaper experiments can alter life forms in a broad area, and this island has been abandoned for a long time. Pyro roamers. Ugh. Okay, those are level 2. Just like the ones we've seen before, I think. So we're never going to be able to, we're never going to be worth much experience. The sign is written in Sholai script. You can't understand it. You were able to read an entire diary, but not a simple sign. I mean, I'm guessing that this is also going to be... okay, only level 9 Guardian Roamers, exactly the same as we've dealt with very recently. Also, didn't realize that there was a path here. The main road is blocked off, so we're forced into the underbrush. That's okay, though. I mean, it would make sense to me that these are, since they both lead to the same area, right? Ultimately toward the main goal of the game, the end game area, that those would both be around the same difficulty level. But that doesn't necessarily translate to the same levels of enemies, because Pyro Roamers obviously are their own category, and it makes sense for them to be lower level, so you can kill them easily, but they're dangerous in different ways. Anyway, here 2 roads diverge in a wood. Yep, sure looks like it. The road to the north is still mostly intact. The path in that direction is very calm and quiet. The road to the south, on the other hand, has been torn up by clawed feet. From that direction you hear howling and snarling in the distance. Okay, it's clear where we want to go then. Obviously we're gonna go south. Oops, why do I always struggle to find the key to enter combat when I need to do it in a, when I need to do it quickly? That's fine. Surprisingly, only level 6. It's definitely way lower level than I was expecting. But again, that's not necessarily indicative, but it is an indication. Oh, hi. You kill. I was really not planning to have any interactions of any sort, but oh well, you can't always control that kind of thing. A serval walks boldly up to you. This specimen is a savage creature wrapped in a tattered robe. Its face is covered with tattoos and scars. Oh, where have we heard about servals with face tattoos? Its eyes betray no knowledge of who or what you are. Then the feral creature begins to speak. Its speech is halting and incoherent. Kind of like my own. It says, "You, back! Go, no, or kill!" You notice that its sword is bloody and the skull of a roamer adorns a nearby post. They have been hunting the rogues. I mean, that's good. Basically colleagues. Hold on, hands. Peace. Me pass, no hurt, no fight. Point at roamer head. Rogue, fight rogue. Both of those seem like they might work. I want to know more about these words. I mean, this first option is what I would say to a normal person, but he might just not understand me. It might anger him. I don't know. I feel like both options 4 and 5 are okay. Let's try to speak its language, as it were. Point at the roamer head. Rogue, fight rogue. Yes, rogue bad. We hate rogue. Rogue kill us. Point itself. Me kill rogues. Huh. Okay, I guess that was my leadership skills at work here. The serval points to the south. Rogues, kill rogues. You pass. No village. Village kill. Okay, So you deal with the rogues, but don't... And then you're free to pass, but don't go to the village. The village will kill you if you try. Which makes sense. So they're living up here, up this way. Yep, feral servals. Interesting. So neither Inuta nor allied with any of the factions of the more civilized servals, but just ones that are completely... have basically started an entirely independent culture of sorts, even if it isn't very cultured in the traditional sense. What am I even doing here? I mean, starting to explore because that's my natural instinct, I guess. Oh, why don't we just... Well, because we can't. Yeah, but we're just free to exit combat. End this map now. Right, so that was the Tribal Woods. I mean, it is called Tribal Woods. Now we know why. I guess we could have expected as much. I could have. Little oink. Last but not least, no greeting here. Okay. This leads straight into some sort of facility, which is probably going to be protected by copious amounts of mines and possibly pylons. Ah. The obelisk at the entrance of this tunnel says Holding 2. This was probably meant to be a holding facility. Yeah? What gives you that idea? Creations transported around Susha Island could be safely secured here. This complex, however, was clearly under construction. These unfinished tunnels would have been adequate to store supplies, but it was in no way ready to contain any powerful rogues. No doubt it would look much different now if Susha Island hadn't been abandoned. Yep. Wow. What the heck are you? Okay. I mean, okay. I feel like... well, I mean, the creatures we've encountered here in the Tribal Woods were really nothing to write home about. It's pretty interesting with the feral servals there. But combat-wise, it doesn't seem that high level, so it might not be a terrible idea to check this one out in terms of, you know, doing things before they are worth no experience at all. But the same is kind of true for Dry Wastes and possibly the Junkyard as well. I mean, Dry Waste especially, since if the enemies are only level 9 there, they're definitely going to stop being worth anything pretty soon. Junkyard was still giving me some experience, but of course, waiting until that's no longer the case is also not going to do me any good. So I don't know if maybe I'm at least going to clear out Dry Waste and Junkyard, which, depending on what special encounters there are, might not even take that long. Maybe they're mostly just on the way to the more interesting places. Not sure how Holding 2, where to place Holding 2 in terms of difficulty or rewards or whatever. Tribal Wood seems relatively low level. So yeah, maybe I'm just gonna change my plan a little bit, and instead of heading over to the docks right away, I'm gonna check out these two wilderness areas over here, and then I'm gonna continue to the docks. But I was going to only take a look at this place, basically the docks that I'm mostly interested in, and not make my way further toward the mines yet. And then I was gonna head into the wastes anyway. So a little change of plans. See how that works out. I mean, ultimately, I won't really know until I've done it, so we'll see. It should be fine either way. I mean, no real need to min-max, but obviously I don't want to completely waste things for no reason, as I said earlier. So yeah, I guess that's what we're gonna do next time then. Yeah, so I guess we'll start with the Junkyard so I don't forget, because it's already turned green. And we're gonna continue from here next time. I'm gonna double check to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. I also need to take a note about that endurance canister before I forget. Just a little note from me here. And yeah, we're gonna continue on this path next time. As always, I thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and I shall see you real soon. Bye bye.